All right, guys. Long time no see or no hear from me. Uh, well, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Dwayne Wade's returning to the Miami Heat for the vet minimum or whatever. Uh, you know, I think the Miami Heat better enjoy what they had in Dwayne Wade because there would never be a superstar like him playing for any organization or this organization in particular ever again. The loyalty this guy has shown over the years, the sacrifices he's made financially that me personally I would never have made. These guys done a lot for this organization, and I don't feel like they really appreciate it at all. I really don't have this sense that they appreciate it. You know, they didn't want to give him his money. It sounds like they don't want to start him when we're not playing for. Let's be honest, guys. I'm not gonna bullshit around you and blow smoke up your ass. We're not doing anything next year. We're not competing for the championship. Golden State has this on lock for the next 2 years at the most if they keep this core together. So you can forget about this daydreaming bullshit that we're gonna, somehow become, a relevant contender again, because it's not gonna happen. So at this point, why won't you go and let Dwayne Wade, and maybe even Udonis Haslem get minutes, man. Let Dwayne Wade start. Just let him start. Let him ride out the way he wants to ride out. I mean, that's just what I would do. You're not going to do any. What do you think you're contending for? A 6 seed again? Come on. So I don't agree with that. I think, Spurs and Greg Popovich, they let Tim Duncan start. They let him start. Of course, they monitor his minutes, but they let him start out of respect for Tim Duncan. And I think that's what you should do for Dwayne Wade. This summer's been pretty much trash, and with that being said, I think Pat Riley needs to go. I think he's out of touch. A lot of these GMs now are analytical. They're, they have connections, more connections than Pat Riley would ever have. They're more friendly with the players. They listen to their talent on the roster. A lot of these GMs are head coaches. So a lot of these GMs are already ahead of the curve that Pat Riley will never get to, because Pat Riley's out of touch, guys. Pat Riley's an old school type of guy. And that's very out of touch with today's NBA, how the NBA is today. So I think Pat Riley I think that after this year, after Dwayne Wade Haslem retires, I think Pat Riley they need to go and get rid of him. They won't, but I think it's time for Pat Riley to go. He can't attract free agents. And let's be honest, man, when LeBron came down here, he came down here because of Dwayne Wade. Chris Bosh came down here because of Dwayne Wade. The only player Shaq has gotten the only player that Pat Riley has gotten was Shaq and Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway. Those are the only guys I've seen him get as far as free agency. Recently, man, I'm not gonna give him LeBron. You couldn't even get a guy like Gordon Hayward to come down here. Now I understand that Boston had, they had advantage because they had, the coach that Brad Stevens, that Gordon Hayward was his coach in college, had been Indiana Butler. But sorry. We can't even get a free agent like Gordon Hayward, a mid-level type of superstar. He's not even a big superstar. So you know what that tells me? That Pat Riley's out of touch, man, and he can't attract free agents. So what's the point of keeping him for the future? I think we need to rebuild after this year. I think we need to get rid of everyone. I think Hassan Whiteside contract is off the books. You let him walk in free agency. You try to trade Tyler Johnson if his contract. I don't know about his situation on this contract. I don't know if this is last year or what. But if it's not, you try to trade him. I haven't looked at the numbers or anything. This summer, guys, I enjoyed my summer. I tried to stay away from the YouTube and all that stuff. I went on a cruise. I pretty much out of America, actually. Went to different islands. So I try to stay away from YouTube. But yeah, I think we need to start off, go back to the drawing board. We need to let Hassan Whiteside walk. Try to trade Tyler Johnson. Try to trade Goran Dragic. Try to trade James Johnson, and try to trade Dion Waiters. Get these guys out of here, guys. And we need to max out Richardson. Justice Winslow, and Bam Adebayo. We need to max them out, max their minutes out, and let them play, let them develop. And we need to start rebuilding, guys, for the future, because we're not going to win like this. It's time. The Golden State has this on lock for the next 2 years at the most if they keep this core together. So what's the point? Competing for a 6th seed every year? Boston has the East on lock. Philly has the East on lock. Toronto, as of right now, they have the East on lock. They're one of the teams that have the East on lock. We are not a top contender in the East, guys. So it's time for us to rebuild. I tried to say this last summer. I've been trying to say this month, a few months ago. It is what it is, guys. It's time to rebuild. We are in the month of September. Preseason starts in October. NBA is right around the corner, guys. And us trying to quote unquote compete for a 6th seed every year, that's not what we want to do, guys. We want to rebuild for the future and become one of the next Warrior type dynasties. That's what I want us to do. I don't want us to try to compete, put Band-Aid players on this roster and say, oh my God, we're doing a good job. No, we're not doing a good job. A real smart team competes. And if Pat Riley cannot wrap his head around that and get with the times, he needs to go. That's why I believe Pat Riley needs to go. Love Pat Riley. He set the landmark for the Miami Heat. He put us on the map. Him and Dwayne Wade and Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway, they all put us on the map. But I think it's time for us to go into we need to evolve as an organization. We need to get with the times, guys. Do what the Phoenix Suns are doing. Do what Philly did. Do what Boston's doing. Preferably I would like to do, as much as I hate Boston, I would like to rebuild the way they did. I want us to, but if we can't, let's just rebuild, scrap it, tank. I hate it, but it is what it is, guys. Would you rather have 2 to 3 good years of aspiring mid-level player type of contracts to compete for the 6th seed and get eliminated first round every year? Or would you like another 10 great years of a up-and-coming superstar that you drafted? I would go for the 10 plus years. Not competing. I want to actually compete. I don't want to, get into the playoffs. No. I want to actually win a championship. And I think that's not going to happen until we rebuild. And we're not going to rebuild until Pat Riley is let go. I don't think he's too stubborn to rebuild. You guys tell me what you think in the comments about that comment. Another thing, Dion Waiters, the reason why I want him gone, guys, is because, for one thing, I never liked his play style anyway. I mean, it's cool and all. You made those few clutch shots at the end of the last season, 2 years ago. But I don't think he's a great team player. I think he doesn't play defense well. And I think he's erratic at shooting. Erratic. His shooting is up and down. And we don't need anything like that. And he's been injured for basically 2 years, guys. You telling me an ankle injury takes that long to heal from? Look, bro. I played basketball in high school. Freshman year, sophomore year, and half of junior year. I've gotten ankle injuries every time I turned around. I've torn ligaments in my ankles. I get to the point where now I can literally stand and twist my ankle. Like, I can literally twist my ankle and feel no pain. So I've gotten a lot of ankle injuries over the years because of my foot size, really. When I'm running real fast, my foot size, it's kind of hard to explain, but yeah. And the most it took me was 3 weeks to heal from, especially when I tore the ligaments out of my right ankle. It took me at least the most 3 months. I understand, he injured his ankle. He's a NBA player, blah, 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 blah. But it doesn't take this long to heal from ankle injury, especially if you had surgery. I never had surgery. My ankle never healed up the right way. That's why I can bend it and shit now. I think something else is going on. I don't know. But I think we need to cut bait with Dion Waiters and get rid of him. He's not a part of our future anyway. I don't see him as part of our future. He's a good 6th man, if you ask me, on a championship team. It is what it is. You're not going to win with Dion Waiters. Let's just get to reality, guys. You're not going to win with a Dion Waiters. So I think we need to cut bait and trade him. What else I didn't want to talk about? James Johnson, I think he's an older guy that needs to be on a championship team. Same thing with Goran Dragic. I feel sorry for Goran Dragic because he is with the Miami Heat at the wrong time. At the wrong time. He should have been with us during the Big Three era. Goran Dragic would have been a perfect addition for us. But he came post Big Three era. And I think he sadly with us during the wrong time of this duration of the Miami Heat. So I feel sorry for him, but I think we should have traded him for some first round picks, guys. First rounders. I think we could get a first rounder out of him. Flip him for a first rounder. James Johnson, Tyler Johnson, you might not get any first rounders for him, but you want to get those contracts off the bench books. Hassan Whiteside, his contract is, like I said, it expires after this year, so you don't even have to worry about trading him. You just prepare for the future, guys. You prepare for a rebuild that's going to happen, whether you like it or not, Pat Riley. These guys are not getting any younger. It's time to rebuild. And I feel that Pat Riley may just be gone. He's not going to be here any longer, guys. And I think if he doesn't get out of here, we need to get rid of him. That's just it is what it is. That is if Mickey Arison is interested in still winning. Or is he just interested for the business part of it? I question Mickey Arison sometimes because he's already cheap as an owner. I respect him and all. He owns his cruise lines and all that good stuff out there in Florida. But I don't think he's really about winning right now. I think he's about the business aspect of it all. And if me as a true fan, as a diehard Heat fan, that I've been watching the Miami Heat all my life, I'm not about that. I'm about winning. I want to be the LA Lakers. Much as I don't even like the Lakers, I want to, I respect them because they're always trying to win. They're always trying to go for it. The Boston Celtics are always trying to win. The San Antonio Spurs, they're in it to win it. A lot of these teams are in it to win it, guys. And teams like the Miami Heat, I don't think they're fully invested in winning. You look at the New York Knicks, I would hate to be a fan of the New York Knicks because they're not fully invested in winning. I think we need to really, I question him when it comes to winning. I question Mickey Arison when it comes to, does he really want this organization to be a winning organization? Or does he want to be a middle-of-the-road team and get paid fine for it? I don't know. That's a whole different situation. I think this season is going to be mediocre at best upcoming. They're saying Dion Waiters pretty much will not show up for train. Well, he's not going to be here for the beginning of the season or whatever. So this probably means Dwayne Wade will probably start, get his wish and start. So yeah, we picked up Briante Weber this summer. That's pretty much literally the only free agent we picked up new. I can't think of anybody else we picked up new. That just tells you how terrible this summer was, and the last summer was bad. So, we're gonna pretty much we stay pat, and we give this shit another try because we don't have a choice. But I think after this year, man, we need after Udonis Haslam, the franchise cornerstone, Dwayne Wade and Udonis Haslam retire. It's time to get to the drawing board, and it's time to get to work. So the Miami Heat will be busy next summer, guys, and I think it's gonna be for the best. So you guys just stay tuned to that. That's pretty much the update on this channel in the Miami Heat right now. I'm going to be having more videos to come whenever I get time. I got this new job where I'm going to be working a night shift, so probably during the day, if I'm not at school, I can, I can make videos for you guys again. So just stick with me, guys, and Heat Life for 305 out. Let's get it.